Go ahead.
So, ready to go?
Yeah, go for it.
Cool. So for the festive period, how to increase volume. So I've got a few little strategies we can look at. So basically, to increase volume, we need to get in front of people or contact people or get in touch with people in some shape or form. So I'm thinking we can either contact them personally, i.e. text, WhatsApp message. You've got social media as an outlet, and we've also got real life actually events. So when you contact somebody personally, whether it's personally, social media, or a real life event, what can we contact them about in relation to Arbonne and increasing our volume? So the ideas that I've come up with are, we've talked probably a lot about these already, but for example, you could create a little group on Facebook, like Not on the High Street, or, you know, vegan Christmas presents. It could be a little event, a little group, or a little group message that you send to people. So you could pick something in particular that kind of suits you. So for me, it could be something like healthy holiday gifts, something like that. And you could create a little group, invite people to it, put up some different offers, maybe put a little video or something about your festive gift page. Another thing could be to contact all the men that you know and offer them a personal shopping service for the other half, their other half or special somebody. So again, it's not in the high street. They can tell you a budget and be like, I know you're really, really busy. I know your other half is really into her beauty or her makeup or whatever. If you'd like some help picking some presents, take the hassle out of it, save you going down to the shops and crazy busy season, I can help you with that. Or you could just contact people, literally just contact people. If you didn't want to do anything fancy, you didn't want to create this, that or the other, just contact people and ask for support. So I know some of you, I think Emma, you've done it, is put a post up on your page and say support small businesses this Christmas. So it could be something as straightforward as that, literally just asking the basics. Hi, Clara.
Hey, so sorry. I've literally just come back in. I'm so
You're
sorry.
fine. No problem. You get on. That's the main thing.
How's everyone?
Good.
Thank you.
Good.
Talking through a few little tips to create some festive momentum in our business.
Okay, brilliant.
So yeah, basically all we've covered so far is just how to get in touch or contact people. So either doing it directly through a message, email, text, WhatsApp kind of thing, or on social media, or have a real life event. So the different topics of things you could cover: not in the high street, healthy festive gifts, personal shopping service, and a few of those different things. Or you, and like I said, just get back to basics. Just ask people, would you like to order for me this Christmas? List off a few of the benefits and see if they will order. And a few things are, well, it gets delivered straight to your door, or if you have stuff in stock, you can say you can collect it on the same day. So for last minute emergency kind of sales. And one thing I probably recommend doing, even if there are people you don't want to contact for an order, I would recommend doing some customer service in the festive time, like sending them those little red stamp messages saying, thank you for your valued custom, have a lovely Christmas. Now, not only is that great customer service with a smile, but it also, when you go back after Christmas Day and ask them to do the 30-day program, it'll be, you know, a lot easier done because you've been so nice and sent them a nice little Christmas message and things. So it'll be easier then to approach people because you have shown good customer service. So it'll probably give you that bit more confidence to approach people after Christmas to promote the 30-day program, which I would say pretty much on Boxing Day start the 30-day promotion. And I've got a call planned for that for probably next Sunday night or whenever we do the next team call of really, really good ways on how to promote that and how to achieve volume with it. So for example, I just have it here, like something like 120 30-day programs. So if you think of all the people in your team, if say 120, will get you 40,000 QB, i.e. region qual. So if there was like 10 people on your team and they each sold 12 programs, that's region qual. So it's just breaking down your goals like that. So that's pretty much, again, same basic things I've kind of covered before about contacting people, offering them something a little bit different, and just getting back to basics. And that's all my top tips on the festive season.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks. I've just got one to add to that. So for the people who have been very supportive, I'm sending, well, everyone's getting a Christmas card. But the ones who have been very supportive, I'm going to send them a Christmas card. And like samples of the eyeshadow, the foundation, and the mascara and the primer. And
That's a good idea, yeah.
I've just bought a load of those just to get them out there so they can start sampling and using them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pop into their bag when they're out.
Yeah.
Everyone keeps noticing my eyelashes lately because I did not realize that it also makes them grow longer.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But yeah.
Camel eyelashes.
Obviously it's not on today.
Hi, David.
Hi, David.
Hey.
Hello. You all right?
Hi.
Yeah, good.
Good.
Cool. Emma, do you want to go next?
Yeah. So thanks, Maria. Some really great ones there, and a couple of them I'd had on my list about the men's shopping event, which is great, and I have kind of done that over the last week or so.
Sorry, can I just butt in there for a second, Emma? David, would you mind muting yourself because I can't hear anything Emma's saying? Sorry, I just can't hear anything.
I can't see. Is that shown as mute, Sandra? Because I can't see everybody on the screen.
No. I wonder, can I? Oh, I can do it here. 1 second. Yeah, it's mute now. Oh, that's handy.
Can you hear me okay, Marie? Marie?
Yes, I can. Thanks, Emma.
All right, okay, brilliant. So yeah, mine was the men's Christmas shopping as well. I'd put that on my list to give as a top tip. I would say really kind of giving them an opportunity to look at the Ultra as well as a really kind of special gift. So again, looking at promoting that as one of the top Christmas gifts. So, you know, even positioning it as our top, you know how you have like 10 top toys of the Christmas and everybody wants them. Well, this is like top 10 gifts, Arbonne gifts. You can position it like that. So you actually list the top 10 that you feel are kind of your favorites, or, you know, that we know are kind of the top favorite products that we sell. So kind of listing them, I think, so because I think sometimes when you reach out to a man, they well, what is it? What do you want me to, you know, what can I get them? So I think if you come up with the suggestions for them, it's a lot more attractive. And even putting those into price bundles as well. So I found it's good to go out and say, I'll suit your budget. But if you go out with the budget, so you start from a 50, you know, like a 25 or a 50 or 100, you know, depending, and actually put some bundles together. I think that kind of helps men kind of visualize what their partners would like. And then saying, you know, if you want to really treat them, then treat them to the Ultra. So I think, you know, and you can kind of use it as well. So I found that's been really useful. The other suggestion is, I think I mentioned this in the group chat, is about the teacher's presents. So we've got 1 week left. So this would kind of be where you would need to be getting those orders in over the next day. So you're guaranteed to get them by the end of this week. But I just posted some pictures from Pinterest of, I did them ranging from £10 to £15, and I just added a little extra to them. So like the conditioning oil, I put a little nail file and a candle and packaged it up really pretty. I did the foot cream with some fluffy socks, and I just got these little things like really cheap from Home Bargains or wherever, so I wasn't kind of outlaying a lot of money. And I've showed them pictures, so that's another good way of creating volume. The other one that I'm also doing is offering a personal shopping service from my home. So inviting individuals. Some people don't like kind of the party thing and doing a big group event. So I've taken quite a few bookings to say, come for half an hour. I'll make you a nice cuppa. Come in, have a look, have a little demo of some of the products, and you know, if you like anything, I can gift wrap it and, you know, get it on looking nice for you. So those are just like quick, short, snappy one-on-ones that you can do with people as well. And my last couple of tips are not necessarily just about creating that volume, but about
I look lean.
About doing little and often activity. So in the Christmas time, it's really easy to get distracted from doing the do. So I think by setting really small goals every day to at least do something and reach out to somebody every single day is a really good goal throughout the whole of December. And as Marie said there, it's kind of going into that period of time now where people are starting to think, oh, I'm going to be really unhealthy over Christmas. I'm going to have to start thinking about getting into shape after New Year. So I'm going to be doing on my business page a video to say what my goals are next year for fitness and health, and that I'm going to be using a 30-day plan. So I do think Facebook Live is the way to go. And if you are not already, if you go on to Natalie Crawford, I can send you some links, but she does amazing Facebook Lives. And she just did one for the 30-day healthy living, and it was very personal to her. But it was like, who's going to join me and things like that. So I'm going to copy by being invited to her group and kind of copy her same format so I can give that back to my group of people as well. So if you haven't got much time, copy as much as possible from other consultants, because it's definitely the way to go. And that's my top tips.
Cool. Thank you, Emma. Okay, so then just on the actual video, I'll just send it to you guys afterwards, unless, yeah, so it's 9:20 right now, so we probably don't have time to actually go through any work, so probably could cut off. So the key things from Jane Simpson's video is essentially know exactly every day where you're at. So if your goal is AM, if your goal is RVP, what is it that you need to do to get there? So have an actual sheet. So I'm finishing up my one, so I'll send it out to everybody. So what I'm going to have to do is just literally put on the top exactly every month what are your goals. You have to qualify, promote, and qualify, bonus, and promote, and keep going through that iteration, which is exactly what we keep hearing. So at the top, just have 5 new PCs or ICs, all of 150 each, and tick them off as you sign them up each month, so you can see that you are actually making progress as you go through. So it's all about making small goals, meeting them, and moving on, so they all add up together. But like it's a great way of tracking, because instead of just being dependent on looking at your dashboard and the team reports, it's one way that you can always on the go have it on your phone, because you can have it on Google Sheets, and then you can see every day my QV, and my centrals or my whole team's QV per se, and then how does that build up to exactly where I need to be. So if you need to get another, say in your case, Emma, you're looking to get, was it 14,000 this month, which means, you know, every day. Yeah, so every day you're looking to add up what's your person QV and what's your team's QV. What is that automatically taking off the total, so that you can see it decreasing every single day, which is obviously more motivating than being like, am I there, or not being sure. I'm sure you are sure, but when we get to the bigger numbers, it makes it easier. So I'm going to stick in all 4 levels, and I think one of the key ways is like we broke it down, and it was really, really simple to think, okay, so if you need to get 14,000 QV, that's 14 people doing 1,000 QV a month. If you don't have people who are doing their 2.5, so it's either you get your existing team members, you teach them how to generate more QV, which is what we all know, or you get more people in who are generating less QV, but they're all adding up together. So obviously everyone who's doing 250, 500, 1,000, 5,000, are all just as important to the end goal, but it's about knowing who they are and identifying, looking at their averages each month and understanding, okay, so this person's business is always going to be around 5, which is great, and they're consistently building and growing. Then this other person and these other 3 people like them seem to be more around the 1,500 mark each month, and they're building and they're getting their PC commission and they're happy where they are. Either identify if they do want the support to get to the next level, or in addition help them to teach other people to do that as well. So even if it's a case that they're still doing 1,500 but implementing slowly, but that they're teaching other people how to do that as well. So they are still sharing the business and they're still sharing the opportunity with actual clients as well. I think they were the key things for me, and obviously I'm numbers obsessed, so I'm just going to set that up so I'm a bit clearer where I'm at, because I feel like for me definitely in the last week of the month I realised, oh my god, what have I been doing? So that's kind of where it's at. Whereas I think if I was looking at it and got into the discipline right now, because when it comes to when we're all going for nation, we're going to need to be all over this stuff like hourly practically, which will be great because it will be changing hourly. We'll be less as in touch with what our other teams are doing, but it's getting into that discipline right now so that we succeed in the future, because ultimately that's where we want to be. So when I have that template ready, I'll send it out and you guys can modify it whatever way you want to. I'll have all the formulas put in there, so if you have any questions or anything looks odd, just let me know. And I'll do one for DM, AM, RVP, and MVP, just so that we have them there. I'll probably look at another one. And yeah, I think they were the key thing. Oh, sorry. The biggest thing that really resonated with me the second time I watched the video today was Jane is an RVP. She has her own second business. She's like been in business and retail and kind of accountancy side in the past. But she's also a single mother of 2, what I could deduce were pretty young kids still, because she's still getting to school to pick them up and things like that. So if she can manage to have an RVP position at this stage and another business, and she maintains her business with her teams and by having an event every single Wednesday night. So she was saying, you know, if I don't have an event for a Wednesday and the next few Wednesdays, I know I need to get into more activity and I need to find out what's happening with my team and find out how I can support them better and actually get things happening. But that's what I do. I have 2 businesses essentially now, and this is what I do, and I have 2 kids and I'm a single mother. So that made me feel like I really need to step up a bit more.
Wow.
So, Sandra, I will watch it. I don't think I have watched it, but
Oh, have you not? Sorry, I can share that. She's
I'll watch it after. But when you talked about her event, so her kind of personal goal every week was to do a event of some kind of her own.
Well,
income.
I think it's more of her own, or if it's actually of an IC, so helping like an actual launch party or something.
Okay.
So she's basically put a lot of, I'd say, you know, realistically, she's treating it very much like a business, where her idea is that she's recruiting people, she's sharing the opportunity and telling them that Wednesday nights are the nights that she's going to be there to help them launch, which I think is quite a good idea, to try and have a bit more midweek activity, because people have weekends and it's quite hard to get people to commit to weekends, I find. Or if they do, they're slightly begrudging, because yes, they do enjoy the event, but it generally takes quite a few hours out of their day. Whereas if you have your midweek, there's a natural end time whereby people have to be gone by at least 9:30, 10 because they have work, etc. So I think it's about putting boundaries out there and keeping it accessible, but not a full, oh, this could take my whole day.
Yeah, so she's kind of putting her schedule together of what suits her. So like a Wednesday is the night that she maybe has a babysitter or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
And she's kind of quite strict with that in putting it out there. I think
Yeah.
that's really good.
So obviously she has her mornings as well, and she's, you know, she'll do her one-to-ones, but essentially she's her aim is to have actual 4 events in a month.
Okay.
Which is achievable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Good. So I'll send it to you guys after. Yeah, they were the key things. It was really about keeping it simple, but tracking and knowing every single day, what do I need to do? So I'll just set up like a quick template based on what she said. I'll just add a few extra bits that I would take from my day job business, where you just kind of break it down and you can see. But there are things that we're probably doing, and maybe some of you already are, but it's just to have a template and see, does that work for you? So just to have at the top where you see, here's my bonus, here's my DM bonus, tick the box, I've done that, got my 5 ICs or PCs, and you're well on your way. And it's about getting into consistent practice of doing that.
I think because it's coming up to Christmas and the new year as well, it's definitely a good time, as you mentioned, reviewing your QV and getting more familiar with your numbers, figures, all of that kind of thing. Is doing a bit of an honest self-assessment of where you are with the business. So look at an MVP. Look at every single thing that they do. And we all know what an MVP does when they say their personal development, their one-to-ones, their reach outs, their events, know their numbers, affirmations, whatever. Make a list of those 50 things an MVP does, and honestly mark yourself out of 10. There's a 10 being MVP, 1 being just no. And see where you need to improve going forward, because when we work for ourselves, we are our own boss, so we really have to make that effort to motivate ourselves, to correct ourselves, to push ourselves in areas we wouldn't normally go to. So self-assessment really is a big part of it, especially if you're not used to kind of working for yourself, and if you're used to the 9-to-5 environment where you are pulled in for meetings and you're monitored, and it's a totally different mindset. So I think for me, looking back on reviewing the year and looking back on what I did, what worked, and finding your own feet. So going into 2017, you know now which parts of the business you're good at, which sits well with you, what kind of feels authentic to you, and really kind of decide on that, own that, and look at where you can really work on to help you grow that side of it going forward. I think, overall, even before we get into doing activity and this kind of thing, unless your kind of self-image sits with where you want to go, it's very hard to go there, because we see yourself one way, but you want to be another way. You really have to kind of do that shift to match them up. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it does. And that was like one that ties into that. Another thing that was really key was that she said tracking and everything. So it's not just about what you do. Yeah. It's about how many people have you spoken to. And she referred to like the Stuart and Francis video that the guy showed. She was like, so they met 3 people. Clearly that wasn't going to get them to where they were today. So she was like, you need to know, like Sarah Dunning had 156 no's. How many have you even spoken to 156 people? So for you to sign up 52 people in a year means you need to be having full-on proper conversations with at least probably 4 to 5 times that in a year. So obviously 52 is quite a lot, but it's not if you're trying to get lots of people together and if you have a strategy. So she said, like Marie's saying, just be honest with yourself about what have you done, what have you not done, and what are you going to improve. So, and it's a bit like that Beach Money book. I'm just reading it at the moment, where he's like, okay, my strategy over the next 2 years is I have to get 20 to 30 people into the business. To do that, I need to spend my Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday lunchtimes meeting with people to present my business plan. And each month, ideally 1 to 2 people would sign up. And he had obviously a tracker on his wall to show he'd had the 3 meetings. He didn't have them, so he needed to have 6 meetings, the next week. And after 2 years, he was 1 shy of his minimum goal of 19. And then the next week he got 2 to sign up, and then he found this one lady 2 weeks after that who ended up having 11 people signed up within the space of 4 weeks. So it's just, and again, it's that momentum, it's that popcorn effect. So it's like what you were saying at the moment, Marie, where people are coming back and they're interested and they've been exposed to, and now they've decided to jump in.
Someone said to me, oh God, you're really lucky, those have all signed up. And I was like, there's no luck whatsoever. That is hard graft the last few months, meeting, texting, no shows, messages, emails, samples, back, forth. It's hard graft. They didn't just appear out of thin air. There was no element of luck. It's just literally doing the do.
Yeah.
And one kind of major thing for me, having done this business for the last year, and I've always been slightly aware of it, even though I went to set up Inside Out, is that I'm such a good employee. If anybody employs me, you can pretty much, like in a business, I will be a really good employee. I'll always get really high sales. I'll be a brilliant employee, and I know that. But I've always doubted my ability to be a brilliant boss or self-employed person, and it's always been there kind of, oh, I don't know, and looking at other people thinking, God, yeah, of course they can do it, they're well able to do it, but I'd always question myself. So the more I've done this business, it's kind of forced me to really look at that and look at the impact self-image and how you see yourself has on your results. So somebody can say to me, Marie, pick up the phone, call 10 people, call this person on your chicken list, do this activity, do the event. It's all so simple. The easiest, our one pretty much is the easiest job in the world. The only thing that's hard about it is getting into the right mindset. So reprogramming how you see yourself, because if you see yourself as Ian Pritchard, as Sarah Dunning, as whoever, it will come so much easier to you. So no matter how easy the activity seems, the thing that stops us is our self-image. So if anybody is looking at themselves and looking at their business now, and they're saying, but why can't I do it? Or it's, I haven't done this, I haven't done that, but I really, really want this. The reason you probably haven't done it is because deep down is beliefs about yourself. So you really have to work on those beliefs. And the tools that we use, like affirmations, your vision board, your personal development, just even doing the activity, i.e. like fake it till you make it, just doing the activity, they all are the tools that help change your self-image. So I was doing affirmations, doing this, doing that, but I never really kind of clarified why I was doing them. And I think the real hook of it is to change your self-belief and your self-image. And once you see yourself as an MVP or whatever, you will naturally act, feel, speak, think, and attract that to yourself. So I think personally the biggest lesson I've learned so far is really you do have to reprogram your internal settings. And the only way to do that is the personal development and the activity combined.
And just to put that into context, last night I was talking about the business to this lawyer who is going to be announced publicly as one of the hot 100 lawyers in the UK. And she said to me, but what would I do if someone said no to me and they didn't want to do it? And I was like, that's why you do all the personal development.
Yeah.
Don't feel that, because it's not about the outcome. It's about it comes eventually. So I see myself as an ENVP right now, totally not there yet, but in my head, I absolutely am. I'm going to get there. Might not be this year. Obviously, it won't be this year because I'm already in 17. I'm already in July next year. But you will definitely get there. But it is all about self-belief. I really, really believe that now.
Definitely. I don't know if anyone else resonates with that, but that has been the biggest lesson for me. It's how you see yourself. And I actually just got I was listening to Carlita Nelson, and she was on about your why. I'll have to really big why, a why to make you cry. She's like, no, you need a why that will make you work. I was like, yeah, that's so true. You know, why that will make you work. That's, oh yeah, God, that's amazing, you're doing it for this. No, get up and get out and do it. It really does boil down to that as well. You have to just jump in and do it.
Okay. There's just 1 minute, I think, left on the timer at 1:40. So if anyone wants to share anything else, any questions?
Well, I think that's been really good. I have been going through a little bit of the self-belief kind of thing, and it's just so important. It's made me think, yeah, you do really need to get into that personal development, because the more you become into that leader role, or you kind of are bringing more people onto the team, you sometimes can get a little bit and you need that kind of belief in yourself to be able to put that across to other people as well. So, you know, I just think that was great to talk about tonight. So thank you, ladies, for doing that.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank you.
Okay. And for anyone who needs any other kind of fun goals to aim towards, I've been just looking at the videos of the Red Ball party that Stuart Armfield and Nicola Wills' nation are having tonight. I don't know, there's probably other nations I'm not aware of. And they seem to have gotten they were, what were they saying? They're all about belief, and they were saying, oh, look, the London Eye is red for us for our Red Ball tonight. Pretty sure it's not, but we're putting that belief out there. They look incredible. So if you can hear those videos, definitely watch them, because it looks future goals. We'll have those parties too.
Yeah.
Okay, definitely.
Totally. Okay, guys, have a good week, and we'll see you next week. Okay.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Yeah.
Bye, ladies.
Bye.